Hi guys, I'm Makalia. In case you don't know how to say my name, I know it's a weird one. My mom must have known I was going to be a strange one. So yeah, it's Makalia, not Michaela, like it looks. Um, so yeah, I've got some questions here to answer for you guys, and yeah, I should probably be writing, but procrastination. Um, so we'll just go ahead and start. And so, will you ever revisit the Second Chances characters? Probably not. I did plan to give Grayson a book, but it just didn't like. It just didn't feel right. I never started it, so I might one day. Grayson might get a book, but for now, that series is done. Um, what was the most challenging book for you to write? The one I'm writing right now. Beauty and the Ashes. It is unlike anything else I have ever written, and it's a lot darker. I don't even really know how to quite describe it. Yeah, there's certainly happy, funny moments and whatnot, but overall, it's a much darker book. So it's kind of, and it's also a book, if you're going to read it, that you need to pay more attention to because small things add up to bigger things, and you're kind of like, it's one of those books, like if you read it for a second time, you'd be like, oh, now I get it. Um, so yeah, it's definitely been the most challenging book to write. I'm really wondering if I'm gonna be able to have it done in time because it's looking like it's gonna be really long, and if it ends up being longer than Finding Olivia, I might lose my mind. Um, so how do you push yourself as a writer? I know Beauty and the Ashes has done that, but what have you done previously? I don't really know how I push myself. I just kind of like, I never liked school. So I wasn't like driven in school. I just kind of like, I don't know. I mean, I did okay, but I wasn't the one that was like excelling and everything, like the star student. But writing's what I love, so I don't really have to push myself to do it. I definitely do like to challenge myself, so some stories are definitely much harder, like Beauty and the Ashes is. I've waited 5 years to write this book because I haven't felt like I was a strong enough writer to do it. So yeah, I don't really know how to answer that question. Which character, male and female, have been the hardest or will be the hardest to say goodbye to? All of them. Um, yeah, I have loved them all. They all have different things that I love about them, but probably Trace and Olivia is the hardest to say goodbye to. Um, Finding Olivia, when I got the idea for that book, and for anybody that doesn't know, because I don't know if I've ever said this, I literally got the idea for that whole book because I saw someone get a flat tire. So, yeah, I get inspiration from anything, and these two came from that. And Trace really scared me because he was the first character I ever really had that really didn't have a filter. He just says and does whatever he wants and thinks about the consequences later. And he's really quite a jokester, but I've had other characters that are jokesters, but he's kind of a jokester in a dirty way. And I was like, if I write this book, I can't sugarcoat him. And so I'm glad people love him because he can be kind of naughty. Hardest and or easiest character to write? Hardest character. Man. Mm, I don't know. I'd say the easiest was Rowan, surprisingly enough. Um, and yeah, I was really surprised by how easy I wrote that book. I wrote it in 3.5 weeks. It just flowed really well, and I felt so much more connected with her. I just really felt her. So it made her really easy to write. And that was actually the first book that there was ever a scene that made me cry. And if anybody's read the book, this isn't really a spoiler, but like on their way home from New York, and he's asking her questions, and she tells him to pull over, and she gets out of the car, and she just kind of has a meltdown. That's when I cried. It just really got to me. She got to me several times, but that was the only scene that I actually, like, literally started crying, and that's the only book that's ever made me cry. Hardest. I don't know. I feel like I haven't ever had a character that was, like, really hard to write. I've just had books that were harder to write, but it wasn't really the characters. Will you ever do a novella about Caden and Sophie and their kids? No. I don't believe so. Yeah, no, that's not gonna happen. I did kind of leave things there at the end where it was resolved, but not completely, so that if I ever want to go back to that world and to those characters, I can, with their kids. So never say never. I might go back to that series, but there won't be a novella following Caden and Sophie. They're done. They're completely done. Oh Lord, I can't read this one. Are you going to write a spin-off series for Outsiders, like an extras book? Is there going to be a 5th Outsiders book? I don't know about a spin-off book. I have considered giving Nolan a book. I actually announced it like when Fighter came out. So I have thought about it, and right now the answer is no, but the idea is still there. I'm still thinking about it. So it is a possibility, but it is not set in stone. I'm not making any promises. This is definitely not going to happen this year. So maybe. I guess maybe it's better than no. Okay, an extras book. No, I was planning to do extras, but I decided not to because it's so time consuming going back and rewriting scenes from a different character's point of view. It just takes forever. I do like doing that some and giving you guys a peek into someone's head, because it can really change how you view a scene or an event in a book when you see it from somebody else's perspective, just like we as people interpret things differently. But no, there won't be a book. I might do some more. I might do some more extras from the other books. I won't release extras from Caden's point of view for Avenger, since the book is told since his point of view too. But maybe for Fighter, because I think there's only one scene I wrote extra for that one. But it's not gonna happen anytime soon. I don't have the time. I'm way too behind with everything. I suck. Is there going to be a 5th Outsiders book? No. That Caden and Sophie's story is completely done. It could, like I said, it could continue in the future with their kids. I left that open for a reason, but I don't have any plans right now. Are Avery and Luca getting a book? No. I never, ever intended to give Avery and Luca a book. I don't like Avery. I know that sounds really weird because I wrote her, but I don't like her. She's way too out there for me. She's worse than Trace. Like, she's just, no. Like, none of my characters are exactly like me, but she's so far out there with how she is that I don't think I could get in her headspace to write a book. And then Luca never talks, so he would grunt the whole time and she would talk the whole time. It would be the most boring book ever. Yeah. I might, because you guys like them so much, I might do an extra for them. There's already one on my website if you haven't seen it, and it's the moment when Avery sees him for the first time when her and Olivia go to take Olivia's car to Trace. So that's on there. But yeah, I'm thinking I might eventually release an extra, maybe their wedding or something, because you know in Tempting Rowan that they have gotten married, so I might do that. What's coming after Saving Tatum? I don't know. Saving Tatum is going to come out in September. I don't have a date yet, and I'm so behind with Beauty and the Ashes, I don't even want to think about that book right now. But yeah, there will definitely be another book after Saving Tatum that'll come out this year, but I don't know what it'll be yet. I have a general idea of what I'm going to do, but I'm going to wait, and because it's already changed from what I had planned to do, so we'll see if I go back or if something new comes up. But there will definitely be at least one more book this year after Saving Tatum. So we'll see. We'll see. And Beauty and the Ashes is coming out July 15th, and I'm crazy nervous since it's so different, and I hope you guys like it. And yeah, that's all I have for you. I don't think there were any more questions. I hope I didn't miss anybody's. So yeah, I better go write. All right, thanks guys. Bye.